Hello, welcome back. My name is Lost. As you can see, we've done a few little things. I got some azalea leaves and added some greenery to the house. It needed just a little bit of something around it. I also fixed the end of this canal because it was a bit weird having it come out just straight. So now it's a nice little stream with a little pond at the end that eventually, if I ever get around to it, I'm going to add some plants and some fish to a little fish pond. That'll be nice. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I mostly just built it. Terraformed it. It's not really building when you're just using ground. It's more terraforming. Yes, I do have the shears with me. I'm growing vines because I need some mossy blocks, and that's not mossy cobblestone. I know that's everywhere. I'm in the taiga biome. I need mossy bricks specifically. I want mossy bricks specifically, and I can't really just find those laying around, so just grow some vines. Much easier, very simple. I've solved the ice problem I had in here. This whole row of trapdoors down the middle that you see has got a bunch of torches all the way underneath, which is preventing that section back there from melting. We're gonna have to do the same thing here when we actually get... Oh no. That was gonna happen eventually. Hold that thought. Oh wait, I should actually... I have more than one boat. Where is the... Oops, it's not out there. Right. I put the boats out here so I could find them. And then promptly lost them. Because that's what you do when you put things somewhere you're going to find it, right? You immediately forget where you put it. Come on, get through. Since I'm back here anyways now. Yeah, these trapdoors. I can't open them to show you. It'll flood, and then I'll have to fix a bunch of things, and I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, all of those have torches under them. And that is why there is no ice right up here. Once I get there. Right here, this is where we had freezing issues. This spot. So no ice. Hee. I did a whole bunch of testing, and lo and behold, that was the method that I figured out that worked best. I would have preferred to use like lava, but that didn't work. If there's a way to put lava under trapdoors and not have it either burn anything or turn into obsidian, I'd love to know, but nope. Haven't figured it out yet. I feel like there is a way. Oh look, all my bits. Not all of them, unfortunately. Some of them fell further down. Okay, let's get everything else. I need to keep a tally of how many times I fall off of this thing and die in the process of attempting to build it. Or build any part of it. Because fixing my error with the shape splatted me at least twice. I'm pretty sure I've fallen at least one other time. So I'm up to like 5 from just this. Oh, yeah. I need to actually put this stuff in a way that makes sense. I'm supposed to leave that fishing rod back at base, but I didn't, so I've got a fishing rod on me. You. Okay, and you, and you, and you go up there. Okay. Fixed. And now back to business. Yeesh. I really need to stop falling off of this thing, but that's probably only going to happen once it's done. Also, it's a bit of a pain to get back onto, so there we go, back up. So this is where the torches are going to end up, because this is going to freeze again otherwise. We don't want to do that, so yeah. Torch row with trapdoors over top in the middle. This is the water level. These are just the side walls, essentially. Great. Now, the thing that we're actually here to do isn't just to explain how that's changed. It's actually to at least to attempt to start building some legs, supports, because that's not really something that can happen. Not really. The problem is I have to figure out where the center of this thing is now. Actually, I know where the center of this thing is. I know what block it's on. It's on 48. That's what I think I need right here. I should have checked from up top where that was. I can see the torches, but I'm 3 blocks down, so they're pretty small, which isn't great. And where is the other one? I know where this is because I've been digging a bunch of stuff. I want to do another side. Where am I at? Am I at? No, 1 block forwards. 48. Just to clarify, 48 is exactly in the center part where the torches will be. So in theory, that should be the 2 middles of where the supports need to go. They're 30 blocks apart, roughly. Actually, I don't remember if they're 30 blocks apart. They are equidistant from the ends. So basically, the bridge is split into thirds with 2 big supports coming down. And of course, I left all the other blocks up in the boat that I have up there that I can't really get to super easily. Goody. This cliff is pain in the butt. I need to just temporarily put some stairs in here. Ah! Falling. As I'm amazed I managed to do this quickly with parkour. I'm not usually this good at parkour. Where's that cobble at? There it is. Because I don't really want to build with copper, because I need the copper. Well, I don't want to scale with copper. I need that copper. How am I going to do this? Yeah, there's a block there that I can't get through. Can I get this boat easily down to there? Because I'm probably going to start by working from the bottom up. Of course. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Ugh, boat sizes. Strike again. Okay, come on, boat. All the way down. There we go. That's where I need you. I do have a bed with me, so let's just fix that. No more nighttime. I haven't designed these at all yet. These, two pillars that are going here. That's not going to work. Over here. That'll work. Can't leave that there because this pillar is going to be larger than that. Do I have andesite. I can use the andesite. I shouldn't need that much, but I want to make sure I have this in the right place. If I start building it and it turns out I need it to be a couple blocks left or right, that's going to be a huge pain. Oh, hi. I see you over there. I have to deal with them when I get back down, I guess. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't see the torches. Let me just... Nope, not that. Yes, that is correct. I'll pick up those blocks of andesite when I get back down. I also got a mending pickaxe. Oh, thanks. Thanks. You're so helpful. Hang on. Why are there 3 of you? Is that really necessary? There. Much better. Competent nitwits. I'm only half dead. So this block is correct. And... yeah, this design. That looks so cool. I love that design for that bauble. So awesome! But... I digress. I'm just going to build this one 3 blocks away this time. That way I don't have to do too many weird things at the top. Let's just check this. Do I have that in the right spot? Obviously that's going to... yep. That's going to be where the center of the pillar support is for the aqueduct canal thing. Canalqueduct. It's not really an aqueduct, and it's not really a canal. It's kind of both. A canal generally isn't suspended like that. An aqueduct generally doesn't have boats on it, so it's a little bit of both. So that is our center point. That's not going to stay copper. I don't have enough copper for that to continue to be copper. Let me just put some of that andesite back. The wood blocks are not really wood blocks. They're placeholders for copper and mossy bricks, respectively, because I just don't have either of those in large enough quantities that I could reasonably build with them. Some of you need some of that andesite back. Bricks. Some stone. Stone is a risky one because I don't have a silk touch pickaxe yet, so if I have to break the stone, it is broken. Meaning I'm probably going to mock this mostly with andesite. We'll just have to add an extra layer on the bottom on that side. I think we're going to go not this shape, but this size. Five, 3, 1, 3, 5. So partway up, we will end up with a 3 cube, and then a section that's just 1. But for right now, I'm going to... We're starting at the bottom. And... Nope. Come back. I'm going to leave the base in andesite because I really don't need to be breaking and replacing those. Also, this is kind of not going to do anything. It might end up going one block further out down here than it is up here. Just because if I want to do... I only have full blocks. That was not helpful. Andesite stairs. I will replace some of this andesite. It's not going to be solid andesite, I promise. I'm doing at least some. I will also probably have to get rid of all this dirt. Yeep. That's not right. That's on, like... kind of a thing, like so. Just because it looks cool. Dang it. I muted myself. And I forgot to unmute myself, so I just talked a whole bunch, and there's no recording. I have no idea when I muted myself is the problem. This, I think, should be 6 blocks, not 5. Little decorative bits. Symmetrical, but not exactly symmetrical. I still need to change out the andesite, I know. These are placeholders. These are going to turn into copper. Problem is I want to change the trap doors up there to be copper. Not, spruce. So I've used a lot of copper making trapdoors because that's going to go all the way down this thing. And I don't really have a ton of copper right now, so yeah. This is a placeholder block. Hopefully that's most of what I was muted for. I guess if there's anything else, I will have to add it. Get rid of you. Put in some bricks. For starters, does it make sense to have the corners be bricks? Just to start with, I'll add some cracked and mossy in a second. Not going to bother replacing the ones that will be covered up by the stairs because they're covered up by the stairs. Didn't lose any blocks up here, did I? Nope, good. There we go. And not going to bother replacing those ones because they're not really all that visible either. Oh, goody. Boop! Gonna have to replace this one because it is a little bit visible. Dang it. So that side technically has 7 and all the others don't. Okay. What else do I have in my boat here that I could use? Not tough. Tough is not helpful here. I don't need both of those. Did I even... Oh yeah, I have exactly 3 mossy stone bricks. Actually, I have that and I have bricks, so I could make it get out of the boat. A couple more, so I have No! I don't need mossy cobblestone. Okay, I'm gonna replace a couple of these. There's a decent chance that the lower ones are in worse shape than the upper ones because moss is going to grow up from the ground. That's cracked. I need normal. That's... I wanted to just put the 1 in there. Thank you very much. This might end up being really symmetrical for a bit. In part because I just don't have any more stone bricks. I'm going to replace this one here with a crack. That's normal. Stone, cracked, there. Cracked stone brick there. These 2 are definitely going to be mossy. They're in the water. 2, you're not in the water. You're probably still mossy, but for now you're going to be cracked. I mean, yeah, there's no way that you're going to end up with a wet brick that doesn't grow some moss on it or algae or something. So, okay, we're not leaving all of this as andesite. Some of this is going to have to be stone. Problem is it's going to be hard. No, put that andesite. I'm going to have to hop in here for a moment because it's easier to reach things. Ah! That wasn't what I meant to break. Put that back. Do I have stone? I have stone. There's it. Rip that stone. Have to refurnace that one. There. There. And decide. No bricks for the moment. Put that back in. Put the andesite back there. Make both of those stone. And those 3 stone. Sort of an equal amount of stone and andesite going on. And just have to do the very bottom bit from outside because I can't see it from in here. I'll just use this spot to get out. Because I can break both of those without them being destroyed. There, and there. Grab that piece of andesite there. Eep. Get out of the water, please. Thank you. Okay, seeing as this is just the very base piece, I think we're not looking too bad. I do need... There. Need to probably replace a few more bits of andesite, just because otherwise the entire base is solely andesite, and that's not going to work great. Because it looks a bit too all the same, which we don't want. Problem is, never more than half of the side of the base is visible at a time, so every side's going to end up with one andesite and one not andesite. Okay, that's the andesite. Don't care what that is because it's immediately going to be covered. Like so. I think I might replace some of this stone at some point if I change my mind about what's going to look good here. What am I looking for? Bricks. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, andesite first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just leave a couple of torches up here. Ow! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on a second. I think I may have done a dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why that looks off. I do need to move those up one. These. Maybe not. I'll leave them there for now and see. There's a decent chance they will move up a block. Just because this is also not staying in. So where did I misplace the bricks? There's my bricks. Okay. So I know we'll probably do something different on each side. So get rid of this. This might not stay bricks. That would have to be a stair. I don't have stone brick stairs on me. So let's just see what it looks like with, oops, those. A little Art Deco-y, even though, strictly speaking, this is kind of steampunk, and steampunk and Art Deco don't really work perfectly together. They're not the same time period. They are decidedly a few years apart. There. Yes. I like the idea of leaving that as bricks. I know I have. There you are. Stone brick stairs. Yee. I remember it's on mute. I mute when I need to, like, sniff or anything, and I set it up not too long ago, and I'm not used to it, so only the last, like, I think the last recording has the actual mute functioning. Anything prior to that, I just delete, like, right around that, so yeah. Let's see. I'm going to do one of each, and then you just put a block up here. Placeholder log. go. Which will probably end up being copper, but I don't have any on me. So for the sake of seeing what that looks like, See, that's the problem. That one's too wide. This one's too narrow. This one's too, like, chunky. Need to get rid of all of them, I think. Oh, no, don't do that. That's stone. Oops. Skill! Great skill and talent. I want to get one of these sort of mocked up, because they're all going to look the same. Let me just see what this looks like. Minus U versus this one, but minus those two. Can I? Ooh, I can. I'm not usually that good at parkour. Clearly! As I just leap off the top. Let me just get rid of all of that so we can see. That looks kind of weird. No matter... maybe slabs. Have those. I have a stone brick. I have stone brick everything. Okay, so I need to get rid of this because it looks derpy. Even if it's a different color or such. I mean, what would maybe work better is... Can I have that there? If I put something inset, like a... Whoop. Boop. There. Copper bulb. That doesn't look too bad. Let's see what this side looks. This tree. Dang trees. Get out of the way. There we go. I think the other one's probably going to look better. Let me get back up here and replace these stairs. Slabs. Let's see. Yep. If that works. Jump back over to the tree. Temporary log. Does that work better? Or figures. All the way down. Or does that work better? From down here, we got that versus... I kind of like the block better. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm terrible at design. Or being terrible at design. But... because this is obviously very even. Where are... not cracked stone, regular stone. Once again, we'll replace some of the stone with cracked and mossy stone. We'll replace that with copper. Those are probably okay being a little too low. Yes, it looks slightly weird, but it's probably okay. Probably an inset design on that side to contrast those sides. And then... nope, stone, andesite. There we go. Just gonna build up here and have to remember to get rid of it. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it'll go back out again. I can't really do much with that. I do, however, want to do something in the middle there, coppery related. And something around the bottom. I think we're going to use the stone bricks to mock that up. Where did I run out of? Oh no, there they are. Stone brick slabs. This torch is going to have to move. Do that, and that, and that, and there. And let me just see what that looks like. Bad. Okay, duly noted. Back over. Try again. Doesn't look good. Was hoping it would look good. It does. Whoops, that was supposed to stay there. I needed that one. My goal. I just want to see if I can. Oh well, whatever. That's fine. Meant to use the andesite. That's the bottom. Yeah. That was slab, so that's going to take forever. Do that. This looks bad, so we're going to get rid of all of it. Actually, this should be on these sides also. Wrong way around. Torches are not staying. Chances are the middle of those 3 blocks is going to be a light. I've got the 2 lights over there, and there's going to be 2 more up there, obviously. Probably all copper lamps. So I don't really need a terrific amount of torches up here. Just going to get rid of one of those so I can tell where I am. Let me grab my full-size blocks again. This is going to be tricky because I don't have... How does that look? Let's see if I can get back over here. Yep. It also kind of looks dumb. Problem is, I need it to be low profile, and again, this is just completely andesite, which is extremely helpful. I'm gonna injure myself. I'm gonna pause. Sorry. See if I can touch the mic. See if I can detail this a little bit so it doesn't look quite so derpy. The bottom part looks decent, but the top bit not so much. I might need a contrasting color of block, which I don't have, unless I want to use tough, because I've got tough in here. Let's just see, what do andesite and tough look like next to each other? Honestly, the tough could work. What does the shiny tough look like? Shiny tough might be the answer. Let me just see. Yeah, maybe not on the first level, maybe on the second level. Because I need a contrast. I have too much of the same. And it's not working very well. These need an inset. Oops. I need that torch to stay there, though. I don't want black inside. Thank you very much. Bad plan to have that. That's a placeholder. I need more shiny tough. Let's just make a few blocks so I can see what I'm doing here. Boop. Actually, maybe let me just try something. This for that. Substitute. Where's that? U for something else that I don't have, so placeholder. That might actually work. And obviously I need to remove some andesite and change it out for stone. I do like those shiny tough blocks. Polished tough. It actually looks really nice. Let me just throw some stone in so we can get a better idea of the balance. Even with this weird stair here. Let's swap that one. Oh, that's going to show over here. That's fine. If I did the same over here, that would be U. Just want to see how badly that mucks up the other side. Obviously, the stone and andesite placements are not going to be exact, but nice squids. That might actually work. Obviously, I'm going to need those placeholders to not be placeholders anymore, but... And until I replace the placeholders... Place. It's not quite going to look right. So, there's that. So I need to do that. I lost a thing. Rip torches. And there. And over here, need to toss in a little more stone. Not tough. That andesite back. There we go. Okay. And tough. Get all of that. Pick up all the bits. Odd thought. What would happen if I did not that? That over there. Let's check that out. The other thing is the top half of this is basically the bottom half but built upside down. So if I can get one good design going, that's basically all I need. I think... Dear, it's too chunky. I'm not sure about that top few bits there. I might just get rid of all of those blocks, stone bricks up there actually. And just leave just that andesite there, or andesite, tough, not andesite, it's tough. The other problem is I kind of want to do that. Oh, that's stone, other one, andesite, not stone. And have this not quite be so square, but that's going to look really strange if I remove some of those. I think. Let me just test it on this side and see what it looks like. I mean, symmetrical asymmetry and all that. Yeah, that looks awful. Great. Let me just go back up here. Stone bricks. Those are just regular ones. Yep, and I need a stone brick slab. Ah! Need to go up further, can't reach. There we go. Can I remove some in the middle without it looking weird? Let me just test this out. Because currently this is too much of a cube. I'm sorry. How does this look? That actually might work. It's hard to remove blocks from the sides of things without having problems. I could maybe do a similar thing up there, but only remove like 2 blocks. That's not what I wanted you to do. That's also not what I want. Why are stairs such a pain? Not you, you, you. There. Let me get off of that block. That's what I want it to do. But if I get rid of these ones, it's going to revert. Yep. It's just stairs looks awful. Why is it so hard to get stairs? So the answer to that is no, because there's no way in heck I can convince those to behave the way I want them to. I do, however, like the little cutouts there. I think I'm going to keep that. Where's my andesite? I don't... There's my andesite. I definitely need to get that copper in here, because until I've got that, I don't really have a great idea of how everything looks. Boop. So if, say, I got rid of that block, and that block... on each of these sides... and sleep, how would that look? There we go. Not good. That looks very bad. Okay. Fixing, fixing, fixing. What I could do, though, is the other sides. Put an andesite in there. Where's my stone? There's my stone. Put a stone up there, and one over there. And put an andesite over here. There we go. Not that side, this side. What I could do, technically, just break a couple blocks. There, there. Except not that one. Just put an andesite there for now. There, there, and there. And have these be in the very middle. How does that look? I need to get down to the ground. I need to stop crouching if I was going to make that jump. Sheesh. On the wrong side. It's getting there. It's getting there. Alright. This is a very good start. It's not perfect, it's not finished, but it's a good start. I think we're going to leave this here for right now. I'm going to get a hold of the rest of that copper that I need, and some more mossy stone bricks. And add a bit of variation through the bricks. Get the rest of the copper in, so I don't have placeholder blocks anywhere. Because it'll look very different with all the correct blocks, and no weird bits of wood that aren't going to be here in the long term. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!